You're not going on. I'm gonna go. Who we got in here so far? What's up, Luke? Good morning. What's going on, Brandon? Sit down. Me and Gunner in here trying to stay warm. Oh, I hope everybody's getting their power back on today. We've been lucky. The only thing we lost was water yesterday afternoon. It's back on, but it's not full pressure. Started a little bit early. Give everybody a chance to get in here. What's everybody up to this morning? Trying to stay warm? If y'all can, get them thumbs up. Share it. Snowed in. How many feet of snow you got? Almost a foot, Ramsey. We measured it last night, and we still got a little more after that. We had over 9 inches in. That's good, Brandon. That is good because up around Dallas, dude, I talked to Rob yesterday, last night. He said, "Come on, go off. Come on, go off. Come on, go off. Never long enough to get the house hot enough to live in." He's been dealing with days. Thursday, he's been dealing with that since Monday night. It's crazy for Texas. They don't do that very often. But we got next week coming. It's finna warm up. It'll be time to go fishing. I'm talking about by Tuesday up in the 60s. Yeah, I'll be ready. Yeah, Brandon, I think the biggest part of the state is we're lucky here. We're real close to a power plant. I think that's the biggest reason we're keeping it. I mean, I've got two power plants within 20 miles of me. One of them's within 10 or 15. That's an average day in Ohio. That's why I don't live in Ohio. I bitch about the heat during the summer, but I'll take it. That's good, Cody. How's the roads down there? Are they rough? That's another thing, Ramsey. Y'all are a little bit better prepared for snow. We don't have plows in this part of Texas. The only part of Texas that got snow plows is up in the Panhandle. That's 12 hours from here. I live on a major highway, a major north to south highway. They had road graders on it, not yesterday, day before. I didn't see any yesterday. Got out Tuesday to take Spice to dialysis, and since then I ain't been out. I got home Tuesday about 3 o'clock. I ain't been back out. Bought plenty of snuff and already had plenty of groceries. Ain't no need in going anywhere. Who's ready to go fishing though? I know Cody's probably already been some this year. Catfishing. Yeah. Yeah, I used to have a few friends working up there in Ohio. I don't know if I got anybody up there now. Right, Cody, that's, you know, fortunate that little old SUV that I have that I take her back and forth in is all-wheel drive, and we was running about 30 mile an hour the other day. Just doing what we do, you know. Well, be safe out there, Steve, because it's I, I drove a truck. Fortunately enough, I didn't drive in much of this. I was doing oil field, and if it got really sketchy, we just park them. Well, Cody, it won't be long. Hell, they talking about next week. It's warmed up. But have you seen any pictures of Lake the Pines? Oh my God, it's froze. The whole lake, the whole part I fish anyway, is froze solid. Yeah, I mean that's a long stretch you're finna do anyway. So yeah, you're not gonna get that done in 11 hours tomorrow. And I hadn't drove since they put tattletales in every truck, so I don't even know if I could anymore. Yeah, I seen Bullfrog Marina is going down. Yeah, Ramsey. Yeah, I know y'all got plenty of snow and ice up there, and it takes a long time before y'all thaw. But you can look back at my videos. This time last year, I was catching big fish off a kayak every day. We are not. I mean, it snows in Texas where we live, where me and Cody live, quite a bit, but it'd be gone the next day. It don't hang out. And Tuesday morning when I got up, it was -1, and that was records that were 95 years old we broke. Yeah, oh yeah, you could go ice fishing. I'm quite sure of that. I'm almost sure on the smaller waters around here we could go ice fishing today. Right, Cody. I mean, I know you're a little bit younger than me, a good bit younger than me, but the last time I remember it being anywhere close to this, I was in fifth or sixth grade. It was 83 or 84, somewhere in there. And it lasted a week like this, but it still never got down to -1. The lakes didn't totally freeze over, all the edges froze, but the reason I can remember that it happened at Christmas, and that was the first bow I ever had. I got that Christmas. If Tankersley froze up, I figured it would be. Oh yeah, Yeah, I seen that down on the coast, man. That's wow. That's gonna hurt their fish population down there. I'm sure we've got a big fish kill. I mean, it won't show up until everything thaws out. I know it was a big shad kill. Yeah, Cody. I know you were a good bit younger than me. Yeah, I seen pictures of this morning of Sandlin too. I actually looked around on Facebook. I don't never do that, but I seen pictures of it frozen this morning. In my understanding on Lone Star, you can see snow from Jenkins to Lone Star. You can't see any water. That doesn't happen often. That's gonna set my fishing back a couple of weeks, I'm sure. Might make it easier though, because I'm sure it wiped the shad population's ass out down here. They're gonna be hungry all year. If they didn't make it to deep, deep water, they're dead because they're sensitive fish any damn way. Yeah, I imagine up there on that end of Tankersley by the boat ramp out there to the left, I imagine you can walk on that. That water's so shallow. They should be. They should be, Cody. No, it ain't gonna take long to warm up. It's just them fish are gonna be in shock for a week. They ain't gonna know what to do for a week. You know, you see a big spike in the water temperature, they might get right, but if it's just a couple of degrees at a time, they're not. It'll take them a day or two. I hope it doesn't hurt them bad, because I'm ready to go. I mean, you got a box full of brand new baits I ain't got to use yet. Y'all share this out and get it up to about 20, we'll do a giveaway. I dig something out of one of these boxes and do a giveaway. I got like probably 20 pounds of bait sitting here beside me. Share it out, see if we can get it up to 15. I know like Cody Kane, I know he don't have any social media. We'll do that. Put it in the mail to somebody. That's the first thing I grab. We'll do a twofer. Black and blue jig and that. That black and blue jig you can use right now. I hadn't got the little bluegill, I got the little shad. The 4-inch shad, I've got it. I hadn't tied it on yet, but I, I feel you, Cody. It took me a long time to figure out how to do it. So, you ready to go? Me too. Grab life by the horn. Okay, I recognize that from Instagram. Yeah, I've got two of them sitting here, and just, I mean, we could dig for days digging stuff out of here. A lot of it's stuff I've won, stuff that people will see me on the street and give me. Just, I won a big giveaway on Instagram. That's where some of that comes from. All right, Steve, be careful on the roads. Stay warm. Yeah, I hear you, Carlos. I hear you. It'll be gone by next week. You can get that new boat in the water. Stay safe, Steve. I know them roads are not good right now. Yeah, I mean, I promise you, nobody won't go fishing as bad as I do right now. I showed it yesterday on live stream. I'll show it again today. That right there, oh my gosh. I can't wait. That ought to induce some. I'm a Walmart clearance aisle junkie. I have a few boxes of fishing junk. Yes, sir. Some of that where it came from. Hey, some of the best baits I've ever got came from Walmart's clearance. Some of the best baits I ever got, I won in giveaways. That's how I found 6 cents. I won that in a giveaway. But that right there, that's a Movement 80X from 6 cents. That thing ought to be ready when the water thaws. That old red color. Yes, sir. It's a real erratic, shallow diving crankbait. It don't dive about 2.5 foot. If it hits a stump or anything, it just bounces off. It don't get hung up much. If it does, you just back off on it and let it float to the top. No, I hadn't fished it yet. I mean, we got it like, I did a little video on it, but just showing it off. It's out in the garage, and I'm not going to get it. But hell, I got it like last week. I hadn't been fishing since I got it. I have one time, but we were fishing different than where I would use it. Yeah, Carlos, that's actually the Movement 80X, not the Wake 80. But yeah, it's right there below subsurface. If you work it slow, you can make that one wake. Hey, and that was a clearance one. I got that off their website for like $5. Yeah, I like all smash set baits. I hadn't got the little bluegill yet. I need to get one. I mean, I like throwing big swim baits. You don't catch many fish, but when you do, it's generally a good one. All right, Cody, have a good one. Be careful out there on the roads. Yeah, we had a pretty good crowd yesterday. It's kind of slacking today, but I'm here. I ain't doing anything anyway. I am when I get off here. I gotta go shovel a little snow where I can get spice down the ramp tomorrow. And I think we got about another 6 inches on it since the last time I did it. But I had it well salted, so it ought to be easy to get off. Yeah, hey, that Movement 80X during the colder water, it's a fish catcher. All year I catch fish on them, but most people won't use that when it's a little bit colder. On that little bluegill, I would throw it on like a 7.3 medium heavy. Now, on my bigger swim baits, I throw on an 8 foot. It's a heavy, but it's got a moderate tip. It's actually one of the most expensive rods I've ever bought. It's a KastKing. It was I caught it on sale for $99. But I see 13 Fishing's got a Defy swim bait rod for $88 that I'm gonna try. But yeah, that small bluegill, if it's that 4 inch or 5 inch bluegill, you can throw that on normal. You might have to upgrade to your jig rod. Yeah, that mag heavy ought to be there. Yeah, that ought to work. Now I put mine on fluorocarbon. I like because I'm gonna fish it around cover. I'm gonna have it on 20-pound fluoro. And the smaller ones I'll throw. It's either a 7.3 or a 7.6. It's a medium heavy. That's what I throw all my like flashy swimmers on. Y'all see me fishing. I throw that on a 17 fluoro to a 20. Just depends on the cover. And it's a locally made rod. Who makes that? Dobbins. It's actually my favorite rod. But I'm getting a lot. I got Mr. Eddie that watches my videos hooked me up with some 13 fishing rods and getting where I like those. Not gonna lie. Super light, sensitive, not that pricey. I mean, as far as rods go, you can catch them on sale and get them for just a little over $100. When they're not on sale, they're 150. I've had people ask before, what would you spend more money on, the rod or the reel? 100% of the time, the rod. It's nice to have a fancy reel, but yeah, them KastKings do what they need to do. And they're $39 to $49 a piece. And when I ruin one, I go spend their $39. I got a box of reels that you wouldn't believe. Yeah, it'll blow out. All them baits like that, yeah, I'll throw them on a 7.3 to 1, but I'm just creeping it. You're just rarely moving it. Yeah, if you sit there and hammer on it on 7.3 to 1, it's going to lay over on its side and not do what it's supposed to. But this time of year, if I'm going to throw that, I'm going to throw it up in the stems and dead grass and everything and along the reeds. And I'm going to want it moving right along the bottom. As it warms up, I'll go to a bigger one that's got a different tail on it. It doesn't have a paddle tail. They call it a vortex tail or something. And it's a big one. You gotta throw it on a swim bait rod, and you can burn it a little bit. Hydrilla starts coming up, you can burn it off top of hydrilla. If they're in there, they're gonna come up immediate. It's one of Smash Tech's baits too. The biggest fish I've ever seen on Welch. Followed it right to the kayak one day, but it wouldn't eat it. Right. I'll take them little rubber core sinkers, and I'll actually pinch an extra one on sometimes, like a 1/4 ounce, to make them stay low in the water. Or if I got a beast hook and it's not weighted at all, I might put 2 or 3 of them on there to keep it way down in the water column. And that's come from Smash Tech. That's what he used to do before he started throwing all them weighted kill weights. There's sometimes, like, when it's warm, I don't want to weight on it. It's the minimum weight I can get because I want it cut close to the top of the surface. When the grass starts getting tall, I want it to be able to stay on top of the grass. We don't have to worry about that much in these states anymore. They've killed all that. And if I catch them out spraying again after this, I'm going to sink airboats on Lake of Pines. You can watch and see. Well, they're starting to do a little better selection than they have in the past. But I mean, you can get them rubber core sinkers, pull the rubber core out of it, slide it on there, smash it on with pliers. You can get the weights you want. I mean, that's how I've been doing it for the last couple of years. But I noticed owners are starting to sell some and a little better, closer to the weights I want, and I've been buying them too. Al, you're in Mount Pleasant, right? Or close? I know Coppertop had some owners up there the other day, and they're high, but I mean, by the time you order it and pay shipping, it's about the same price. And they've got Keith's baits up there too. They got Smash Tech baits up there now. Omaha, well, hell, we're neighbors. Look out the window and say hi. But if you go up there to Mount Pleasant, the Coppertop, he's carrying a big line of Smash Tech now, and he's got good selection of owner hooks last time I was in there. Yeah, I'm in Rocky Branch. I'm about a half-mile south of the store. Right before you go up to the big hill in Dangerfield. I think so. But that's like I say, I keep them a little bitty where I can add a little weight if I want to. You can also get that tape, that golf tape, that lead tape, and wrap on there. That's where you got the bluegill. Okay. Yeah, I seen it up there the other day. I started by it, and I screwed up and bought one of them stealth jackhammers, and that's busted my roll. But I will tell you, I like that stealth jackhammer. Was not a bad investment. Will be a bad investment when you hang it up and break it off, but not a bad investment. Yeah, I go in there Copper Top at least once a month, see what new he's got up there. But I was talking to the owner of Smash Tech, and they told me to put a bunch up there, so I went in there. Saying I had the big perms in there too. I need to go pick up 3 or 4 packs of those. That big perm when it gets hot, time. It's time. That water temperature gets over 70 degrees. It's time to start throwing it. You got to step but never use it. Hey, read the packaging before you tie it on because you can tie it on wrong. Yeah, I went up there that day just looking for 4/0 owners hooks because I'd ordered them from Smash Tech and I didn't have any 4/0 beast hooks. Hey, that flashy swimmer. I generally order it because nobody ever keeps them in stock around here. I like the 3/0 and the 5/0. And I also have an 8/0 that I put on some of Smash Tech baits. Yeah, I ordered this summer when there wasn't none to be found around here. I ordered a bunch from Tackle Warehouse, I believe. I've been trying to get him to carry the 6 up there. He ain't worked too hard on it. I know I push it a lot, but I believe in it. It's got the best hooks in the game. Yeah, that's the only thing I hate about that store up there in Longview. The critical stuff they can't keep in stock most of the time. But that's a good way to, if you hadn't been fishing, go up there and look and see what's out of stock. Read what tag's gone, and you know that's what you need. That's what they're biting right then. Al, you been out on the roads yesterday or since it snowed again? I got to be on them about 6:45 in the morning to take the wife to dialysis. So. Something out and play with it. I ain't messed with it. I think that right there is going to be a nice little soft plastic jerk bait. I like it color too. I'd rather have a solid white one, but they were sold out. That's that new flush. That's in the watermelon gill. It's got a little bit of white on it. Or transparent, I guess, kind of clear in the bottom. I'm ready to throw that. Not a big fan of throwing a weightless jerk bait, but I want to throw that one. Speaking of which, soldier, I do. I've got the solid white ones, one of the pearl white ones, and I just ordered these. These are the electric shiner. Electric shiner and that flashy swimmer last spring. That and Clearwater Rose were my go-tos, and I feel like them colors are going to work in the well too. Light Hits works good around here, Al. That's one of my favorite swim bait colors. That's that whale and that electric shiner. I think that right there is going to be the ticket. I also ordered a couple of them packages of them hog walls. I have a feeling they're going to make me do stuff I don't like to do. I'm going to start Carolina rigging again. Just a pain in the butt out of a kayak. That Clearwater Rose ought to be. I mean, where you fish at, soldier? Are you in Texas or wherever? You frozen like we are today? Canyon Lake, Texas. You're probably not even frozen in today. You probably got a little snow, but you're probably not frozen in like we are. Yeah, y'all got that clear water down there? Oh, yeah. That Clearwater Rose ought to be fire. I know y'all are cold, but I don't think y'all got near the snow we do. Canyon Lake, hell, I would just choke if I lived in San Antonio. Yeah, we got at the house. I measured it last night. It was over 9 inches and still coming down. I think we're supposed to get right at freezing today. Yeah, we got a bunch. It don't never happen like that here. It goes away as quick as we get it generally. Yeah, so screw fishing up. All the lakes up here are froze. Like big parts of them. Some of them are totally froze. Yes, on the little holly and the big holly. Yeah, that's why I got the Madops for the big holly. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've worked down there in San Antonio a lot during the wintertime. It'd get cool, but it never got cold, and we never seen any snow or anything down there. Yeah, I worked down there in San Antonio forever. I throw that flashy swimmer even on his big or not the boot tail swim bait, the big shiner. I throw it on there too. I do if I'm punching grass or flipping, heavy structure. I throw that prawn. I don't. All that's out in the garage. This is just new stuff sitting beside me. I told everybody earlier, soldier, if we could get it up to 20 people in here, I'd do a giveaway. I don't know if you got anybody to share it out to. Get it up to 20 people in here. I'll put that in the mail to somebody. I've caught a few fish. We got a power plant like up here. It's got a bunch of grass. I've caught a few fish on that prawn on it. The convict, yes sir. I do throw the convict. I throw it on this beast hook, weighted beast hook. Now I've got the poacher, which looks like a convict, just smaller. I throw it on flashy swim or something too. My second bass I ever caught that was right at 10 came off a big swim bait. That was 2002. That was when a big plastic swim bait was 3.5 inches. But it was a monster. I mean, it weighed an ounce and a half. It was huge. I've used it as a jig trailer during the winter, especially. Now when it's blistering hot. But in between, during the spring and the fall, I like something with a little more movement on the trailer. So I throw that whatever they call their crawl. What's up, Hokey Bassmaster? Hadn't seen you in a day or two. It's really not hard to throw them big swim baits in the kayak. The problem I have is if something's got a lot of resistance because that kayak wants to go to it instead of come back. Now, the soft plastic swim baits don't have that problem. The stroker crawl, there you go. I couldn't remember what they called it, and I don't have one handy. But I tell you something I do this spring when it starts getting warm, I'm gonna throw that hog water on the jigs. Oh, are you out driving, Okie? You on the road? If you are, I hope you park somewhere. If you're in this part of the country, because it is crazy right now. Have you been fishing any at all, Okie? Yeah, Soldier, I fish them all year long. During the spring, when the water starts warming up, I put a bigger trailer on it where they fall slower. I get a lot of bites like that. Oh, I imagine. Yeah, it's slick out there. Yeah. I don't know if you watch my videos, Soldier. Go back and watch the last one. You can see me holding up a donkey. That was caught on a small jig with that stroker crawl on it, where it slow down the fall a little bit. You've been booked up busy. Damn. Okay. Saying that was on Lake the Pines. Everybody else was catching them on moving baits, and I couldn't. I threw that jig in there and put it to work. You talking about catching them on the bed? Lone Star is generally too dark to see. Well, I'm just gonna drag a Texas rig creature bait to where I think they're at. To the bed. You can generally see the bed, but seeing the fish, something lighter color that'll show up through the water. And in that kayak, you're not up high enough to see them. If I'm in a boat, yeah, we'll do it a little different. But in that kayak, you're not up high enough to see them on bed. And I can see the bed, and I pitch and just aggravate them till they bite. Really and truly, that's why I bought them little shiners, the little shad. That's where the shad spawn and the bass spawn. Come on, that little bluegill you got, that'd be awesome. Chunking that bed, just keep shaking it. Don't pull it out. Just try to keep it shaking. My understanding, that's why he made those little bluegill, was for bed fishing. When I bed fished out of a boat, I'm old school. I threw a lizard. You throw a real light-weighted lizard. That's before you knew anything about pegging them. Lightest weight you get on them. Just throw them out there and let them sit in that bed. And they had some that would float real good. Yeah, I'm telling you, try that little bluegill. If you can find a bed got fish on it, try that little bluegill. Try lizards. If you can find some lizards that don't have a bunch of salt in them that'll float up a little bit, they are hard to beat. Soldier, pick you up the Crush 50 or the Movement 80X and just throw them till you catch fish. You'll get confidence in them. That deep cranking is an art. And the best person to learn on YouTube from that deep cranking is Mikey Balls. I don't promote a lot of channels. You know, I watch your Lake Fork guy. He's one of my favorite channels. But if you want to learn how to deep crank, go watch Mikey Balls' channel. If you got a boat, they do what they call long lining. I didn't know what it was called. I've been doing it for years. You cast as far as you can cast, and then leave your reel on free spool, and just pull away from it. Get your line about half spool, and then crank it across whatever you're trying to fish, like a point or a shell bed. You got that shear water? Come on now. What do you think about it? I'm still fishing in the Sea Ghost. You can do it with a kayak too. If you got electronics, go find that point where the fish are holding, cast across it, and back up. Get most of your line out, and just where it's the whole time it's coming up that point and over that point and down that point, it's digging. It works. Come on, Okie. As soon as it thaws out, I'm ready. Did you get the paddle drive with it, Soldier, or did you get the engine? Or okay, okay, seen you there. Yeah, yeah. Did you get the paddle drive with that shear water, or did you get the Bixby, or you just paddling it? I love my Sea Ghost, I do, but I can't stand up in it. You know, I'm a big guy. Right, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. I don't mind paddling them, and really don't want to pedal drive unless it'll go forward and back, just where you can hold your position. So I keep a 5 pound dumbbell and I hold my position decent. Yeah, I put a Garmin. No, I didn't put a Garmin. I got a Lowrance on mine. It helps. Just knowing the water temperature makes a big difference for me and the depth. Most of the lakes I fish, though, I know the depth where I'm at. I've been fishing them forever. Yeah, I know canyon's deep. There ain't there's you get off the bank and it just drops straight down. It's got a bunch of ledges and stuff. Yes, they sprayed Lone Star. Oh yeah, hey, Okie or okay, you can buy from the factory from Old Town with a spot lock trolling motor on it. Yeah, it's stupid deep down there. Yeah, yeah, that'd be a whole new ball game to me. Deepest water I've ever fished has been about 30 foot. I call it deep water when it gets deeper than 15 foot. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. I need one of them. I actually have been looking at them little old bass raiders real hard. I don't think they can kill them pads. I'm sure them pads are gonna come back. But what little bit of hydrilla was in that lake, I'm sure it's gone. Yeah, if I lived down there where you live, I'd be throwing a bunch of big, massive swim baits. Big $150 swim baits. Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, if I buy one of them bass raiders, it's gonna have a spot lock on the front of it. Watch and see. It may not at first, but it will have a spot lock on the front of it. Spot lock is game changing. That's all I can tell you. Face that boat in the wind, hit that anchor system, and fish. Yeah, I know. I can't afford it. I can't justify paying $4,000 for a kayak when I can spend a couple of thousand on a John boat and put a spot lock on it and have more room. Oh yeah, they definitely need to be thinned out, but I don't think that spray will hurt them. Yes sir. Yeah, yeah. I've never fished canyon, but I've been by it a couple of times. You throw a rig out there much, soldier? That would be something I'd throw too. Right, that's what I'm saying. That the one I looked at, the old town I looked at with the spotlight that came on it, was 4 grand. And then if you wanted a lithium battery on it, you're gonna spend another grand. So you're at 5 grand. You can build a hell of a nice boat for 5 grand. Right. Hey, that Shearwater is priced right, and you can add stuff to it as you go. And I'm seriously thinking about a bass raider because I can pull that with my little truck and be good. Yeah, that 8 foot Lux will throw whatever you want to. A heavy jig rod will throw an A rig. like a 7.6 heavy, it'll throw an A-rig, but it's not as efficient as you can be with a bigger rod. And you need a 200 series reel or bigger. I mean, preferably a 300. I throw it on 200 though. If you're gonna throw an A-rig, I throw it on two line sizes or three. Either if it's a bunch of junk it's gonna be fished around, I throw it on Brave, which you shouldn't have to worry about. It's gonna go on 20 fluoro is what I go with where you're at. Be safe out there, okay? I know them roads are a mess everywhere. Now that's just my opinion. That's what I do. I throw mine on an 8 foot rod. I've got 20 fluoro, and I throw it on 200 series reel, a little bit bigger reel. That's why I throw all my big swim baits on, everything. That 20-pound fluoro, keep an eye on it. I mean, some of the different brands, they'll chafe and break a lot easier. I use a Fusion, the cheap Fusion, not their premium, and it doesn't chafe and break near as easy. I'm too cheap to buy Sunline, so I don't know. Yeah. A lot of people will throw them on that 25-pound big game trilene. And I mean, that's hard to beat line for big baits like that, but I don't like a stretch in it. Take some of the sensitivity away. I'll tell y'all what, I'm going to let y'all go. Everybody have a good day out there. I need to try the Bass Pro Shop Fluoro. I'm not close to one. I don't ever order anything from them. It's 2 hours. I can be the one in Shreveport in an hour and 15 minutes, but I don't never go over. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all later.